Spider has pooping problems.
See, now that will be the first thing people hear when they click on this episode.
No, we're gonna roll.
If anybody wanted to write in with help or suggestions or tips,
let's roll that forward just a little bit.
No. That's how you start. That's how you get people that are like, well, I'm going to listen to the rest of this show.
You know what? That's a good point.
Pretty darn interesting.
Yeah, good point.
This week we have Mouse, who's come in with. Well, let us know what you've got and bring them into the center of the table so we can get a good close up of them.
The 30th anniversary edition of Voltron.
Yes.
Was released not too terribly long ago. I only have 2 of the lions set up because the rest of the lions are pretty much similar, and the middle lion is hard to.
Go ahead and bring the big piece you got and put in the center also, so we can look at it through the episode.
I'm getting to that.
Oh, is that a separate piece, but part of the collection?
Part of it.
All right, you're going to build up to that. It sounds like.
And can we back up just a second? Now, this is, you said 30th anniversary Voltron.
Yes.
Now, which Voltron? Because I know there were 2 Voltrons. One was the lions, and the other one was like the 18 or 24 piece.
It's the lions.
I'm going to guess these are the lions.
No, I understand. But I'm asking
I haven't had that much.
The 30th anniversary, is it
the original Voltron?
Of the toy or of like the series, or is it the same thing?
Oh, what is it? The 30th anniversary?
Yeah. I think that's what I'm going with that.
You know what? I'm not actually. I'm pretty sure it's the toy.
Okay.
Because it's a release of the toy, so.
Yeah, it looks like something from the late 70s, early
30th
80s.
anniversary of the Voltron Force cartoon series.
Now, what are your memories of Voltron as a kid growing up?
I just remember I had the toys. I watched some of the episodes, but I loved Transformers and I loved Voltron toys, so I'd pretty much just use my Voltron with my Transformers.
I'm thinking that when I was a little kid, when TBS, or Ted Turner Station, first came out, they were playing Voltron on Saturdays or something like that. I had this
it was
weird
a Saturday
memory
morning cartoon.
Yeah, I remember that as well.
I used to watch it, but I was way more fond of the toy than I was of the show.
I just always remember watching Voltron come on, and anytime it was the lions, I was like, oh, it's stupid lions. Because I liked the other one. I liked the cars and the planes and the boats and stuff that all transformed together.
That series was called Die Ruger and was completely unrelated to... this one was called the Beast King Go Lion. Completely unrelated. Kind of like they always make all those different Power Ranger series, but they were all. It's all a genre. It's not a series. You don't have a million Power Rangers shows. You have a million shows that are completely different yet exactly the same.
No way.
Yeah.
Was it America that?
Yeah, we crammed them together.
Said that this is all Voltron. Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting to know. Okay.
So, is this sold together as a set, or are you going to show us a couple of different sets?
It comes all together as one set.
All right, and tell us how much the set would cost.
It was about $250.
Yeah, it was about $250, I think.
It's $250. It was really cool because we had it in the shop, and I saw it and I loved it. And I would open up the box and like play with the lions a little bit, or like look at them. And then one day I decided, wait, this box is a lot deeper than I thought it was. So I pulled the top tray out, and it had all this other stuff underneath of it.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, I forgot all that stuff was like supposed to be with it. So it was a nice little surprise. And that was one of the things that made me just absolutely.
You didn't have to build these, did you?
No. They came together. They come with separate pieces.
So you didn't even realize the display stand was in the box?
Nope.
Awesome.
You're like, wow, that's just really good
a
packing.
bonus.
That's
And
really
all
good
of
packing.
all of the lions' weapons were also individual weapons were in the box.
Oh, geez, it's heavy.
Yeah, they're.
Are they metal?
Yeah, they're all
the
metal.
The middle is die cast.
Oh,
These
so cool.
are plastic,
Yeah.
but mainly it's got die cast pieces and plastic pieces.
Just like the old Transformers were.
Yep, and the old Voltron, the original one, had a lot of die cast parts as well.
I think that's when they used to make toys that would last for 20 years.
Yes.
And then they figured, well, if we make them last forever, kids aren't going to break them, so their parents won't buy them anymore.
Yes.
Actually, die-cast disintegrates.
Oh.
These toys are all falling apart now.
No kidding.
Yeah.
As we speak.
What are you talking about, disintegrates?
Like,
After
they're
lots of play?
very sturdy for in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
They're sturdy, but after years, it falls apart.
Oh.
That's disappointing.
Oh, yeah.
They weren't made. Those toys weren't meant to be collector's items. They were meant to be toys. So they weren't really thinking long term. People are going to want to collect them in 50, 100 years or whatever. So
These were just to play with.
they were
You're
just
saying
making sturdy toys.
The actual metal falls apart?
Oh, yeah. If you ever see one of these broken, it looks like it's just brittle metal. It looks like concrete. Because what they've done is they didn't actually.
Oh God, you know what you're okay. I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about because I have smashed enough Hot Wheels cars to know that when you start to snap them apart,
Right.
they're not like a solid metal. You're
No,
right. It
it's
does
like-
look like
it's like pig iron.
It's porous.
It's like, yeah.
porous in the middle.
And what's happening was in the history of these things is at the time it was the reason they weren't plastic is because it was still at this point cheaper to make them out of pig iron than it was to make them out of plastic. So
Yeah,
that they weren't looking at longevity. It wasn't like it isn't a lost art. It's just nowadays when you get die cast pieces such as this, it's because it's a premium item. It's because now it is a specialty thing. Now it is a special thing, and these will last quite a while.
But the old
because these were
Tonka
made-
toys, those
Yes.
were like sheet metal, right? I
Right.
mean, those were you could
Lead paint
yeah,
and sheet
wrench
metal.
them
You'll be
around until
fine.
they
Yeah,
rust
you'll be
to hell,
fine.
yeah.
you definitely kill your little sister by smashing her on the head with your.
Well, we lost
Tonka
that
truck.
sponsor.
Yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened to me.
No.
But yeah, each lion comes with its own if I
Weapon.
can pick it up, its own weapon, and they're all different.
Oh, look at that! They snap right into the
okay,
base.
so you can display them, or you can. Okay, very
So-
good.
And they all just like snap into their mouths.
And the mouths close up. Gotcha.
And then it also comes with this neat little clip. It's got a little clip on it. You can clip it to yourself,
Oh, I see.
which I didn't know. It took some. There's no instructions in the box
No.
whatsoever.
Which is the second time now you've come to us with
Yes.
a toy show with no instructions.
But this didn't come with instructions. Rocket did.
Right.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't know what to do with this, so I was just playing with it. This part comes off, and then you put it together, and it's a little
It's a
key.
key?
Ah.
What the hell?
Why would
I'll
they
get
not
to-
tell you that with the instructions?
I'll get to that in a minute.
It's the discovery
Are they
of
just-
one day when you're playing with
Are
this,
they just
and you're
figuring
like,
like,
what
the
the-
internet will tell them how to do it?
what the hell is this?
All
So
right.
this is the base that it came with, and all of the
My OCD is kicking in. They have to go.
You have to go put it back in their spots.
all of the weapons go in a specific spot. They all have a little.
Are they magnetic?
Nope.
Okay, because
It
it
seems
looked
like
like
they're
you were
snapping in.
snapping in, and they were just staying
wow,
on
they
the
go in.
recessed, so they sit in there real nice.
Okay.
Nice.
And they're all super chrome and real pretty.
Is there one that goes on the front?
That's the clip.
Oh, that's the clip. Okay. Well, give that to Spider before he starts rocking back and forth because it's not in
that
place.
No, we have to
No,
know.
no,
has to go.
We have to know what the
Okay.
key does.
Here we go.
And then
Oh, I
snaps
heard the
together
click.
Pretty
Uh-huh.
nice.
Unlike the one I had as a child.
I love the clicking
And
sound.
all of the joints are ratcheted and very to hold the pose quite nicely.
If he puts that key in there and it either lights up or makes noises,
starts walking.
I'm gonna freak out.
I just like the sound of the clicking of the ratcheting. I have the original AT-AT that came out in 1980.
It
And when you
takes
hear that thing click,
Yeah.
I'm horrified though because every time I click that, I think I'm breaking it.
Well, you are in a way,
Yeah.
because you're wearing it. You're wearing some joint in there somewhere, and it's going to have its
Right.
last click one
Right.
day.
That's why I only click it like once a year.
Hmm.
Oh, this is so cool.
But I know what you're talking about. That click
Right.
takes me all the way back to when I was playing with
does.
Transformers, because that's
Bring it more to the center here
It's-
so
it's
this
a-
camera can see while you're building.
it was a very satisfying
It was.
experience to play with those things. And
I'm going to bring some Shapeways products, some 3D printed, commercially 3D printed items in at some point, and we're going to debate the merits of it. But one of the things that they are good for is you can find replacement ratchets and cogwheels for that
I think
sort of thing.
that is absolutely the future of toys.
Yeah.
I think is the 3D printing.
It will one day in the future be an option for toys
when it's cost
Okay.
effective.
when it's not when the commercial makers aren't garbage.
By the way, I while you're building that together, I want to say I saw Spider say something about coming to work the other day
Oh my gosh!
and seeing the line. Was it around the building here for the Star Wars toys that came
Oh
out
no,
at
it was
midnight?
it was at Target.
Oh, okay.
And
It wasn't here.
I held up my phone and had them all smile and say midichlorians for a photo.
The Star Wars toys came out at midnight. Was it
Uh-huh.
last night or 2 nights
It would have
ago?
been
last
last
night,
night.
yeah.
And I've seen lots of little things, but the one that stands out in my mind right now, of course, is the little Millennium Falcon drone-looking thing that looks really cool. All right, it looks like Mouse has
and
finished
then-
We're
construction.
close here.
The sword and everything clip. It's big, but it's got a little peg.
Where's
right
his tail
there.
go? Does that just go
Yeah,
up
it just
or
folds up.
Oh, I see.
It looks so big that that arm couldn't possibly hold it up. But maybe it's light.
It's quite light.
Okay.
There
Okay.
we go.
And then that's the shield.
Now, the articulation in the elbows does spin, so you're not stuck with with the bulldog look. You can rotate. He's got
Very
a full
cool.
range of motion in there.
When did this toy come out, by the way? Was that
Pretty
this year?
recently. Yeah,
Recently?
this year.
For the 30th anniversary, you said.
Yep.
1985, I'm guessing that would have been.
So he holds together pretty well. He stands pretty well.
So he can stand, or you can clip him in there, it looks like?
No, these are just for to display the weapons.
The
on.
weapons, okay, because he looks like he can stand on his own easily.
Oh yeah, he can.
Yeah.
And then you have the
Okay.
key here.
What does the key do? Nice.
Oh, look at
Lights
that.
and sounds.
Nice.
Now there is a piece that I have not
Very
done
cool.
anything yet with. I have not played with it yet. I don't know what it does.
All right.
If you look at it, there's a little piece of plastic that you pull out of his head. I don't know what it does, but I think it lights something up. So I'm
Back
going
him
to
up,
try
back him
it.
up just a little bit. I'm afraid he's too close to this camera, just a little. All right. This is the first year on the toy review show. We're going to push a button. We don't know what it
Oh.
does.
Oh, it does something different. Oh, get out of here.
Nice. His eyes just lit up. Nice.
That's
Yellow
awesome.
eyes just lit up. And the center of the star at the bottom of the platform just
Oh, it's still making noises.
still lighting up.
Yeah, they interact, I believe, until you pull the key out.
Wow.
That is cool. So you didn't know that part? Yeah, the
Now
eyes.
I don't know how to.
The
turn
eyes
his
are still
off,
lit up
though.
as far as I can tell.
What's that?
The eyes are still lit up? Does
Yeah.
that look
Yeah,
like?
yeah,
okay.
yeah, they're lit up.
That's awesome.
Does his muzzle draw further back? His nose piece, does it push back? It looks like it recesses further. No?
And very likely you just get as much battery as you get until it's gone, or have you searched that thing for a battery?
I didn't even know that what it did, so I haven't.
So now you've just
You'll-
discovered
you-
there's a
most
battery
of most
inside.
of these Japanese toys, there's access. I think there's a safety issue now with leaving an inaccessible battery inside of
Yeah.
any sort of collectible.
Yeah, they
it'll-
have to
it'll
let
rot.
you know. Yeah, they have to let you know where that battery is.
But you said didn't come with instructions.
No, but it did come with batteries.
It's a scavenger hunt.
90% of the time, you're going to find these toys take the LR44.
LR44s, yeah.
And there's actually if I can plug somebody in town here who's spectacular, I go to Graves RC out on the corner of close to the Lee Road and
Yeah, I know
and
exactly
OVT.
where it is.
Graves RC.
Yeah, and for a lot of my model making supplies and they do carry very inexpensive big packs of LR44s for things like this.
Here's what irritates me about Graves. and a lot of stores.
Another sponsor we lost. Go ahead.
They're not open on Sundays.
Oh.
They're a hobby store.
What if I need batteries and
They're-
want chicken in the same day?
Everybody-
Can't go to Chick-fil-A?
Everybody
Can't go to
does
Graves?
their
They
hobby.
are, they are open late enough that you
Can
can
you
go
lift
to
the
them
sword
after
up?
work.
Can you
though.
lift his arm
Okay.
up as if he's swinging the sword?
But damn it, man, and all the Colonial Photo and
Nice.
Hobby is like this, and the other
yeah.
photo
Oh,
stores
the
like
Colonial Photo's not open on Sundays?
they're not open on Sundays. I mean, that's when you do your
that's
hobbies.
so cool.
The Colonial was the reason I found Graves because I used to need pretty heavy-duty rotary tool bits, Dremel bits.
Yeah, yeah.
And they used to have a great selection there. And Colonial Photo and Hobby, if you ever hear this, start ordering that stuff again because I'm going elsewhere for it. And that's business. We all still need these things. So we didn't go away.
Their train doesn't work anymore. They used to have the train that
Yeah.
goes all over the store. It
God.
doesn't.
I
no,
love the
not
trains. I
anymore.
know they don't
Age.
run their trains anymore.
No.
They also need more green trees there. I'm just saying. I'm a train. I build train models. right.
So he's a very, very beautiful model. He's pretty much a piece of art as far
Absolutely.
as I'm concerned. He's not super duper playable. Like you can play with him, you can mess around with him, but it's not something that you would ever give a child.
But he's also
obviously.
3 toys in one, right? Or 4?
Yes.
Once you take them apart. 1,
Five.
2, 3,
Five.
4, 5. Okay, 5.
5 lions.
And remind us
forming
again,
Voltron.
how much did he cost?
$250.
And can you purchase him here at Gods and
I
Monsters?
got him here. I am not sure if they're still. 'cause
He's still being solicited. I
Is
checked.
he still being?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, you can get him. We don't have any in stock, but we can get them.
Okay,
Nice.
so this would definitely be a toy you would recommend?
Yes. Oh, yes. He is very beautiful.
Good. Another successful toy review done here. Tell us what you would like to bring to the show next time, Mouse.
I haven't decided yet.
Oh, we haven't decided yet.
It'll
be a
spoiler
surprise.
there. And remind us again what you were going to bring next episode.
I am bringing in probably one of the coolest gigantic bootleg Transformers you guys are ever going to see. I understand that you just saw Mad Max, so
Yes.
you're probably going to get a kick out of this thing.
I love the Mad Max. We're going to back the camera all the way up for whatever this next toy is you're going to bring, because you're going to need a nice wide lens, it sounds like.
We're also going to have to
Bigger
figure
than
out...
Voltron?
Oh, good lord, yeah. We're going to need... we're also probably going to need to do some light editing for the transformation, so you're not sitting here watching me fumble.
Time lapse. Good.
Yep.
We'll do a little time lapse. We'll record and do a little time lapse. That's
Cool.
a good idea. All right. So once again, if you have an idea for a toy that you'd like to see Spider or Mouse review, where would you like them to send that to?
Contact us on our Gods and Monsters Facebook.
I gotta say, the Gods and Monsters Facebook page is doing so well. I feel like you get like 100 new friends every week. It just keeps growing and growing.
What's cool is I keep getting the announcements of the cool events that are happening.
Yeah.
Like tonight you've got a singles mingle.
Right. Oh,
And-
how did the Star Wars swap meet go? I wasn't here. I was working
It was
that
very
night.
busy.
It was super busy.
Really?
Yeah.
Were there people out there actually swapping, like anybody
Yeah.
with toys they made themselves, or just like old toys that they had they wanted to swap?
It was a wide range. It was actually a much wider range of collectibles than just Star Wars. I saw a lot of pretty nice Marvel Legends toys from back in the day. Some people had some of the old Hasbro ones here. I remember seeing one guy had a couple of. As a friend of the store, Jason, who comes in quite often, had a bunch of Barnyard Commandos, which was kind
Barnyard, yeah?
which was rad. I think he traded them with. He was trading them with Todd for some of our Centauron figures that we have here.
Oh, and we did end up with some really weird, like Mexican off-brand Star Wars figures.
Really?
yeah.
Any of them still like in the wrapper, like in Spanish
They're
or something?
all in their flash packaging.
Wow.
But
That's cool.
they're very funny because it's just cards that have been cut out of something, and then it's like a little plastic dome that's been stapled into the card, and they're so horrible that they're amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
There's actually a huge underground market for knockoff and bootleg stuff, especially when it comes to G.I. Joe, He-Man, and Star Wars figures, which I guess some factories back in the day got a hold of when they weren't supposed to, or got a hold of and the licensing fell through, and they just went to town.
Oh.
Was that all? That was all Hasbro, or what was?
No, it was a wide range of things. Not to get pedantic, but He-Man was supposed to originally be a line of toys for the Arnold Schwarzenegger's Conan movies.
Right.
And
hearing that.
when Mattel saw the Conan movie and realized there was no way they were going to push this on kids, the deal fell through, but the manufacturing was already happening, so Conan went blonde. And that's why you see a lot of heavily snake-themed characters in the He-Man line, because of that original Conan movie and the Thuggy cult
Interesting.
worshipping set.
Factoid there that we didn't know about. All
I
right,
I like learning about stuff about
Yeah.
how things came to be as accidental.
And when that happened, the Mexican manufacturing plants, everything just kind of went to hell. And there's just this whole sub-market, which Mattel is beginning to acknowledge now that they do their Masters of the Universe Classics lines. They've started to incorporate some of these Mexican bootleg characters into the He-Man canon.
cool collectibles, though, that's for sure.
Yeah. Rad.
Well, every Friday we will have another toy review here. I think we've had another successful episode. We've got, tell us again how much and where we can find this.
250.
250.
30th anniversary Voltron. Gods and Monsters.
super
Come on
cool.
down to Gods and Monsters if you want that. And come on down to Gods and Monsters for all sorts of reasons. Just come on down here.
They sell beer.
There's always beer.
If you've never been here, you are so missing out. If you live in Orlando and in Central Florida and you're watching this YouTube page and you've never been here, what the hell's wrong with you? You should have been here by now. This place is awesome. So,
Oh, in case you couldn't hear the sound.
hang on, 3.
If you can't find something,
I turned it up.
That's so 80s.
yeah,
awesome.
that really
So
takes me
80s.
back to the intro. Yeah, if you can't find something you like here,
Yeah, something's wrong with you.
then you don't like anything
Not this
because there's something here for you.
Well, thanks for watching our toy review. I'm Art Miles.
I'm Greg Moan.
Who do we have over here?
I am Mouse.
I am Spider.
And these two guys, Mouse and Spider, do the toy reviews every Friday. Check the Facebook page and the YouTube page every Friday for a different toy review for now until the rest of time.
Hopefully, we'll be able to get Todd to start doing them too.
Oh, very
Cool.
good. We'll get the co-owner Todd in here. He's got a couple
The
of things
big
to say
man.
about some of his toys.
Once Dragon Con is over.
Yeah,
if
they're
they
a
survive.
Dragon Con.
He'll bring in some Howard the Duck toy we've never seen before.
Actually,
Howard the
what he
Duck.
wants to do is we got a papercraft set It's a little movie making set. And the reason he hasn't done it yet is because he wants to make an actual little movie to splice into.
It's one of those things like the Play Arts figure I reviewed first, where it sits on the shelf and it just languishes there until it fossilizes because nobody understands what it is and how effing cool it is.
Yeah.
So I know Todd is really passionate about this one, and he wants to do something to really sell it, really show it off and get people excited about it.
Sounds like a special 2-hour
Awesome.
episode of the toy review here at Gods and Monsters.
No, I think he's going to do a short little movie with it. Like, the reason he hasn't done it is because his phone is cracked. So we're going to probably use my phone to...
And then shoot it with the phone. And then maybe we'll show it up here on the big screen for everybody one night. Maybe you can get that done before the Emmys, and we can be our pre-show.
Yeah, pre-show.
That'd be awesome.
That's running out of time because the Emmys is just 15 days away, I think.
We could use Candice's home filming setup, maybe.
Good. Maybe we'll get a film out of our co-owner here, Todd Fisher. All right. Well, thanks for watching. We'll see you again next week. Every Friday, a toy review. Every Monday, a new episode of Gods and Monsters. Thanks for watching. Twice a week now. Twice a week. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.